Welcome to another Photoshop tutorial with PSD Box. I'm Andrei, and today I will show you how to make this vector wallpaper in Photoshop. It's a really easy thing to do, especially for beginners. So I'll show you how to do this, and I will also show you a nice variation to this, but I will keep that for the end of the tutorial. So I will start doing this from scratch. So I'll create a new document with the same dimensions as this one, 1600, and enter. So the first thing I want to do is unlock the background, and the background will be this orange sky, and for that I'm using the gradient tool, and you can see that I already have the colors here. The exact values are not important. You can use any colors you want and click OK. Just make sure one of them is darker and the other one is a bit brighter, and click OK. And I'll put this guide here. This is where the ground level will be, more or less, and drag the gradient like that. Okay, this will be our sky, so I'll name this sky, and this will be our grass or ground, or whatever you want to name this. Okay, and to make that grass that you see here, it's really easy to do. Just use a default brush. You don't have to download any grass brushes. You can do that if you want, but it's not necessary. You only have to use these two brushes here, this one and this one. But before you use them, you have to change some settings. So open the brushes window. If you have it on the dock, is this icon here, and if you don't have it here, go to window and find brush or press F5, and you have to uncheck this option that says color dynamics, because that will mess with the colors here, and you don't want that. Make sure you have the color set to black. Increase the size a bit if you want, and if you want to draw a straight line, you can press the shift key and just paint like that, and just go several times. And you can make the brush even bigger if you want to have a few bigger. It's too big. Okay, something like that. And then you can get the other brush, this one, and do the same. Just uncheck this color dynamics, because if you don't do that, look what happens. It mixes the two colors that you have here, and that's not good. So uncheck color dynamics and just do the same. Okay, just like that. And now you can paint all this area with black if you want. You can use the marquee tool, select everything, and just fill it with black. Now you have your ground there. I leave this space here because here is where I will add that lake. This is optional. You can make the ground lower if you want. And the next thing you can do is make the sun rays. So first make the background, and then we will add the details. So let's keep working on the sky. It's really easy to make those vector sun rays. You can download brushes for that, but again, it's not necessary. So I will name this to rays. Just get the lasso tool, the polygonal lasso tool, activate the guides with Ctrl H, and I'm just dragging another guide here, just so that I know where the center is, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. And with this tool, just create some rays like that. Just make sure you don't close the selection as I did, because you want to make all the rays first. So actually it's probably a good idea to just get rid of the guides, because they will close the selection and I don't want that. So you can draw this by hand. The space that you leave between each grades up to you. Try to make them more or less uniform. So we're almost there. One more here. And we're done. And then now I will double click to close the selection. I will change the color to white and press Alt and Backspace to fill it, to fill that selection with white, or go to Edit, Fill, and choose white and click OK. But I like to use keyboard shortcuts for that. And now change the blend mode to overlay or soft light. I like overlay, so. And now drop the opacity to about 20% or whatever you like. And there have the sun rays. The next thing I did is add some clouds on a new layer. I got the clouds brushes from DeviantArt, so go to Resources and Stock Images and just type cloud brushes, and it's this pack here. So download this brushes pack, save it. I'll save it on the desktop, click OK. Let's extract this on the desktop. And now you can go back to Photoshop, get the brush tool, and click this button here and choose Replace Brushes. And now you can search the brushes that you downloaded. It's this one here. I saved it on the desktop, and click Load. And here you have the brushes. And now just paint with white some clouds. That's too small. And this one is too big. Okay, just paint a few different clouds here, and there you have it. Next you can start adding details, and the next thing I added is this tree silhouette. And here you have two options. You can download brushes for that. You can go to DeviantArt and type tree brushes, and you download the pack from here. There are a lot of brushes for that. Or you can download 3D render from Granny Art, and you can see the website here, grannyart.blogspot.com. And I used an image that they have here. They have really good 3D renders, and since we're not worrying too much about the details, you can use a 3D render because we will turn it into a silhouette anyways. So I used this tree here, and you can see it's a 3D render. The quality is not the best in the world, but it will do. So I'll just select all, press Ctrl X to cut it, close it, and paste it here, and I will flip it horizontally and place it here. And this is how I turn this into a silhouette. First I'll change the name. You can use adjustments, so you can go to Image, Adjustments, Hue Saturation, and just reduce the lightness to 0, and boom, you have it. Have the tree silhouetted. So that's how I got that tree. Next you can add those leaves, and again you have default Photoshop brushes for that. So click this button again, choose Reset Brushes to go to the default brushes, and you see this brush here. I used this brush. So I selected that. I went to the brushes settings. I decreased the scattering to 1, and I increased on brush tip shape. I increased the spacing and also the scatter, like that, and deactivate color dynamics again. And now you can start painting. Oops, but first change the color. So paint a few leaves like that. I don't like them. I have to change some options here. The minimum diameter, increase that to like 50%, because otherwise you get really small leaves and it's not nice. So I'll try again. Okay, something like that. And now you can add the couple here, and for that I used a stock image. You can download, again, you can download brushes if you go to DeviantArt. Search for silhouette brushes and you'll find, I'm sure you'll find something. For example, here you can find packs that offer you this kind of silhouettes, or you can do what I did, which is use a stock image. If I can find it, this one. So I downloaded this stock image and I used the pen tool to extract the couple from the background, chose the path and just started to draw a path by hand. And again, you don't have to worry too much about the details. You just have to get that shape so that you can tell it's a human being there. So you can easily cut this. So once you have the path around, this one I draw this by hand. So if you look at this, the original, I made this with the brush tool. So you don't have to worry too much about this. So once you have the couple, I'll close this and I will take the layer from this one, because I want to show you how I did that. You see the hue adjustment layer? So once you have the couple, you paste it here and do the same that you did with the tree. So what I will do is just copy this layer on the other document. So I'll put them here, and let's go back. And I have this as a smart object, so I can scale it back up without losing quality. And I'll place them somewhere here. A bit higher. And you can use the same adjustment, but in this case, since I have a smart object, I have to use a layer, an adjustment layer. So I will add a hue saturation as clipping mask, and we'll reduce the lightness to 0, and I have the same result. So once you have the couple here, the next thing I added is that bike that you can see here, this bike, and that's another stock image that I downloaded. It's a PNG file, so you don't have to extract anything. You can download that from DeviantArt, vintage bike. So the link to this stock image is on my website. So open that, cut it, and paste it here. Make it smaller. and do the same. Load hue saturation with Ctrl U and decrease lightness to 0. And we have the bike there. The next thing that you can do is create that rainbow. I didn't like how it looks here, but I will show you how I did that. So in order to make that rainbow, scroll down to where you have the sky and the rays, create a new layer on top of the rays, and actually you have to make a group, so click the group icon and name it rainbow, and get the ellipse tool, select the color and create the inner part of the rainbow. Now duplicate that layer, change the color first, something like that, drag it under, and press Ctrl T or go to Edit, Free Transform, and now make it bigger. Have to make the first one smaller, and let's make this one smaller as well. And now just duplicate that layer again and change the color on the bottom layer to another one. Again, press Ctrl T to load the free transform, make it bigger, and duplicate again, change the color and make it bigger. And that's how you make rainbows. To be honest, I didn't really like how it to be honest, I don't really like how it looks, so I will delete this group. But now you know how to make that. Another thing that I added is that bird there. It's another stock image. It's this one here. So I cropped it, pasted it here, flipped it, and reduced the lightness to 0, and you have a bird as well. In order to make the lake, I used the pen tool and activate that shape option. Set the color to blue. I drew something like this, some weird shape. Something like that, and this will be our lake. So now you create a layer mask for this, because we have to make the grass around it. And again, get the brush tool, select the brush, the grass brush, deactivate color dynamics, and start brushing around the edge of the water. Like that. And for the top part, you just have to flip, not here, here. Go to brush tip shape and flip the y-axis and paint again around the edge of this lake or pond or whatever it is. And you can use the other brush as well if you want. Okay, so here we have this lake. I also added a gradient overlay to make it to add some shadow here on this on the bottom part. But I changed the white to a gray tone and move it up a bit, just like that, and set the blend mode to soft light. And now we have some shadow on the bottom part. If you want to make the reflection of all this, you simply select the rectangular marquee tool, select this top part, and go to edit and choose copy merged, and it will copy everything. And now go to edit, paste, and press Ctrl T to load the free transform, or go to edit, free transform, right click and choose flip vertical. And now you have to right click on the layer to make it a clipping mask layer. And now with the move tool you can move this and place it wherever you want. And you can change the blend mode to soft light if you want. And you have the reflection on the water. If you want to go even further, you can apply a filter to this. So go to distort glass and apply some distortion to simulate the water movement. And these are the settings that I have here. Make sure smoothness is at almost 100%, and the scaling as well, and click OK. So here you have the reflections on the water. So that's how I got this wallpaper. So as I said at the beginning of the tutorial, you can make a really cool variation to this. So instead of using this gradient as sky, you can use a stock image of a real sky, and I will show you how that looks. It looks really nice, so let me show you that. So I will open this stock image, select all, copy, close this, and I'll put this in a group and paste the sky on top of this, and I'll make it smaller, and this is how it looks. Let me flip it. So this one looks a lot better. So you have some more realistic things on the background, and again, if you want to add the reflection, you can do the same. Edit, copy merged, go here on the lake, make it as a clipping mask, flip it vertically, and change the blend mode to overlay. Or you can leave it on a normal blend mode if you want to. So you can use a lot of backgrounds there. Let me show you a few ones. So this is the one that I showed you. Another one of a city on the background, and this one is a photo that I took myself. So you can really change the mood of the image just by changing the background. So that's how you make vector wallpapers. I hope you liked the tutorial. If you have any questions, just visit my website psdbox.com and leave a comment there, or you can post a comment on YouTube and I'll try to help you if I can. So see you next time.